Since YouTube restored my self-harm promoting terrorist stream. Cause that's what it is, right? It's a stream that only terrorists would watch.
Exactly.
And people that want to cut themselves. Yeah, which I'm not endorsing. God, I would never endorse that. God, that would just be terrible. Alright. Ready to dip into the metaverse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ducky, ducky.
Turn that shit down.
I am.
You and your echo. You're always party foul. But it's okay. I got enough party foul for all of us. Oh yeah, that's right. You killed off Sayori.
Oh, yeah, I did.
How dare you. Alright, I guess the one with the later time is the most recent. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were busy with the Facebook.
No, I'm sitting.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. Monica, full of energy, swings open classroom door.
I'm back.
You had to remember her voice.
Yeah, you dang right. And I brought a guest with me. God.
A guest?
You seriously brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the Club Clubs.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not.
Natsuki.
I forgot which voice I was doing. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a lolly.
Yeah.
Like a first year student.
Anyways, this is Natsuki. Energetic as usual. And Yuri, the vice president.
Don't talk about me. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you.
So, I ran into Plums in the classroom, and he decided to come and check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anybody new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget, but I just happened to run into him.
I didn't forget, I just didn't care. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right?
Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit with us, Plums?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. Hey, wait a minute. Is this one of those... Okay, never mind. I was just checking. One of the, hey.
Yeah.
Now that Sayori's dead, things are gonna start showing up and like weird little Easter eggs, alright? So
Yeah.
keep an eye out for them. But yeah, I was just checking to see if the rumor's rotating, and it's not, sadly.
So, I knew you didn't really plan to come here. But, well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when something doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals much more important. I'm confident that we all can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot in the middle.
You keep
a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea just help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Yeah, don't let yourself get imitated. Yuri's just
Intimidated.
trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
No, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Plum, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. They really turn me on. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination?
Seriously, I find that line so condescending.
Your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop.
Well, bitch, I have tons of imagination.
Yeah, how dare she? How dare she even accuse?
Anyway, because I have no imagination at all. Yeah. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I could relate to at the minimal level. 'Cause I'm such an idiot! At this rate, Yuri may as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Oh, is that so? Really,
I remember there being a lot more jump scares in this. Maybe I'm just being impatient.
really, if a story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world. Or at least me.
If only for a brief. I know Yuri has a habit of projecting her beliefs and perceptions onto other people.
I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually read about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a scrap piece of paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say it out loud. And give it back.
Fine. Natsuki.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Yeah, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I don't. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It takes boobs. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
You do the writing experience too, Yuri. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example for Natsuki and feel comfortable enough to share hers.
Once again, we see Monica being a bitch. Like, maybe you could share some of your writings, huh? Huh, Monica?
Instead of pushing everybody.
Instead of pushing the one fucking person in the room who's clearly an introvert to do it. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
I got an idea. Oh, how about this?
I wasn't sure how to read that, my bad. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own.
Yeah, and they're both thinking right now, oh yeah, and why don't you just write my daughter?
Yeah. This boy has some problems coming to this club. These girls are messed up.
That way everyone is even...
Sorry. Sorry about that. I got sticky fingers.
I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to...
one died.
Yeah.
Since the last vice president committed suicide.
I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Lems?
Hold on, there's still one problem.
Oh, what's that?
Now that we've all reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. These boobies. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry, I thought...
The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back at me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Plums. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club.
Oh my god, Monica. So
Are we even allowed to have
it's a
four
wall.
members?
It's like a wall of lies. She just
Yeah.
cannot stop the lies.
Yeah,
it's just
we-
one after the other.
We want to be a club, but we're not a club.
Yeah. First you are a club,
Well, when one of these
then you want me to come to the club, then you want me to join the club, and now you're not a club. What the fuck?
Well, when one of these girls dies, how are we going to do this game again? I need to know.
Oh my goodness. What any? We don't have any money.
Okay.
We don't have any money, so I don't know why you're showing me that.
We need 4.
Well, I thought it was 5.
tried really, really hard to find a new member. And if we don't find one before the festival...
I'd be like, that sounds like a personal problem. Sounds like something you should have told me about before dragging me down here, you bitch. But, I digress. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, what do you mean terrible? The only one who feels terrible is Monica. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. And it's one by one too. They all exchange robotic glances.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Plums?
Yeah. It could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just, after all this, would be really pissed, I would be really pissed. Plums, I'm so happy. We can become an official club. Thank you so much. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Well, that's good, because I'm pretty sure he came here for the coups anyway.
Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note.
I know, see. Amazing.
Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write the poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monica.
Monica looks over at me once more. Stop stealing my lines, woman.
I'm sorry.
Plums, I look forward to seeing you how express yourself.
Yeah. I always like saying that line like, right. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. But then again, I did have Indian food this morning. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? That's faggy! I'm so much more into anime. Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. I like girls. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem. Yeah, let's get our literature on! You've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it?
Yes. Why did you hit no? Oh.
A dream. I was staying... I guess I'm going to read this in my normal voice, because we don't know who wrote it. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was, and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment.
Man.
Scary stuff.
I think it was the ghost of Surrey.
Maybe, or it could be Monica. I'm not sure. honestly.
Okay, so how we gonna do this?
Alright, which of these two are you gonna try to impress? And
Well-
and remember, Monica could pop up from the bottom. Watch for
I
her.
gotta go with my heart.
Yeah.
So I feel hurt that what's her name ain't here. But I also feel
Let's get our Doki Doki on.
awesome. And I forgive the clumsy, the vicious,
Vivacious.
the infinite.
Oh, yeah. Despise.
I despise horror, grief, massacred, delectable, of course. Uncontrollable! And I sing
Mm.
dream, battalion dance. And I dance! Special can be extreme always.
Yeah.
Extraordinary, uncanny. Defeat, cry, lollipop, pop socks, charm, loud, party.
What's confusing is that some of the words that would impress Sayori are still here. It's
Yeah.
just, but now it divides them. It's like which girl does it more impress, like Yuri or Natsuki? Oh boy, I think you got like half and half there. I'm not sure which one you impressed more.
Hi, Plums. Hi again, Plums. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I can at least keep my word. Look in the background.
There's a girl hanging.
It's Sayori. Sayori's hanging in the background, guys. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm so freaked out.
Yeah, people found her.
Yeah. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Ah!
Sora's coming out like, how dare you let me Plums.
Oh my god, the poem, your poem was so impressive. It broke my face.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into
I'm sorry.
into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Hey,
Come on. Like he deserved any slack. You already had to drag him here, Monica. I don't know if you plan on to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
We're gonna
hey.
You're in the way, Monica. Knock the frick off.
A big mouth for somebody who keeps your manga in there.
This game's getting glitchy. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Yeah,
Manga is literature.
manga.
Manga.
Hey, wait a minute. I think the room's rotating as well. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's kind of going sideways.
It is slowly, yeah. Slowly but surely.
Okay.
I wonder if we left it here all night, like, will it turn completely all the way around? I've always wondered
Yeah.
that. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Plums. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you have interest in picking up a book to read.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask.
Wait! I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
Oh, no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be part of this club. So, even if I don't read, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep the attention of a retard such as yourself.
Yeah, get her in there.
And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
How's this girl accidentally being so cute and stacked?
Oh, yeah.
She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Hey, the room reset. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But as usual, she's nowhere to be found.
Typical Monica.
I know. Probably busy hacking the game some more.
Yeah, making sure you're with her.
Yeah, Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse at the cover of the book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Yep, looks like you're still on the Yuri route. And you're picking the words that you want to in those poem games, right? So you're just naturally a Yuri girl, because it's been pairing you with Yuri a lot.
Naturally her.
Great minds think alike. Yuri's the one I went after too.
Yuri.
Crap!
Oh wait, I was supposed to say that. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I was so focused on that package of yours.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, her eyes coming off her face.
Fish woman. Oh my god. Pokemon
I
serpent.
knew it. She's Asian.
Exactly.
Well, her name is Yuri.
I wanted to reread some of it.
Your eyeball was floating away at that girl.
Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. I think she's full of shit.
Yeah, I think Jack.
Crush on me.
I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story, unlike Doki Dokes Literature Club.
Is that
Is that so? What's the story about anyway?
Well,
I look at the cover of the book. And by the way, remember what she told us last time about the book?
Yeah.
I think she tells us something slightly different this time, so pay attention. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... that might be a little bit of a spoiler.
Exactly.
But anyway, I'm really into it.
Okay, so it might be the next time she... Shit, do we play this again? I can't even fucking remember. It's been so long since I played this.
The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Oh, Plums, you're so used to all these big... you're so used to all these good Hollywood endings. Don't you ever want to be challenged? With you and your lack of imagination.
Yeah, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so. Because you have no imagination.
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just this kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange, new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil,
But because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway!
Oh man,
Then suddenly...
what the fuck was up with those?
And I
stats?
didn't do that.
I was scared.
Like, it did... Do you notice how it...
Yeah,
you
I know.
Notice how it skipped
I
ahead?
know.
I didn't do that.
I've played this game.
I didn't
one
do that.
round, and this is my second round, so I figure.
This one the game gets good.
I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I love it when people ramble.
Well, I guess it's alright then.
Ramble, 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 ramble.
But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts,
My whole body gets incredibly... Gee, someone seems to be fucking with Yuri's dialogue.
Yeah.
I wonder who that is.
somebody's Mad.
I wonder.
Just come up with the grave.
It certainly couldn't be the girl who blocked the fucking dialogue text earlier.
Yeah. And
So-
removed where he died. Murder.
so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada da.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. It just means you have schizophrenia.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it now.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
That's. Well, I'm sorry. I just form a puddle sometimes when you. Reading in the company of someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means by about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry.
I was just bathing in a feeling of your...
Yeah, what was that? I'm feeling silly.
I love this. We don't even have to make jokes anymore. The game's doing
Yeah.
it for us.
Yeah.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean,
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this kind of makes it difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Oh, wait, sorry. Getting tongue-tied here. Character tied. I do the same thing. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's giving me a boner.
Are you ready? Oh, is that a gun in your pocket?
Yeah.
Turn the page.
Ah, sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. I'm a quick squirter.
Yeah. Great.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Oh, God. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb.
Yeah.
This game. This might be a little bit silly, but the main character kind of reminds me a bit of you.
No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all. And how stacked she is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's getting old.
That's that. Well, she does have the biggest boobs of them all. She wins.
Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry.
I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind.
I love that face she's making like she's the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, you ready to rob a bank?
Yeah.
We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling all right?
E?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I just need some water. This is my water face.
That's funny.
This is the face everybody makes when they're dehydrated, right? All right, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about?
Did something happen just now?
I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't have anything to her.
No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you.
I might have finger banged her a little bit, but I mean, you know, we all do that in 8th grade, right? All right, if you say so.
Anyways, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other?
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, it might be a while, so I just figured out we just started without her.
Once again, we see Monica being a bitch.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left in the book, then I slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first?
Natsuki.
I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes.
Do you want to get smacked?
Some guys are into that kind of thing.
Well, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
And
Eagles can fly, Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Yes. So profound.
I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I love it!
What?
I love it!
Just be honest.
I am! Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing it has all to be sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really dishearten you. So I decided to write about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. But the
it's
other
not
night...
like-
Oh, sorry.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I said for your rhyme, I set up for your rhyme and made it full on purpose.
No, that's right.
And there's some more. I gotta cut it.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Where did you go? Give us 1 second, folks.
What's that supposed to mean to be a pro?
Glad you... Oh, that's your line.
I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. Age is but a number. She's a reverse boomer.
Yeah.
She's like, instead
young
of
smartass.
saying back in my day, she says, in the days yet to come.
Yeah.
I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, or young they are, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next?
Mom and good.
Oh, gee, do we have to?
Hi, Plums. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear. By the way, since you're a new member, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Well, I'd love to, Monica, but there's no option in the fucking game to do so! Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. I'm a fucking pussy.
Anyway, I want to share your poem with me.
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't look at it. Don't make fun of it. I'm bad at writing.
Don't worry, Plums. We're all a little embarrassed today. You all know.
Except for me, because I'm fucking full of myself.
But that's a sort of barrier that we'll all have to learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Plums. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It really is metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go far for something so deep. I guess I understand you.
Underestimated.
Underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? writing that's full of imaginary symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her head that it's probably something more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness.
Gossip much?
I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really starve for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she needs to get too stimulated, she'll end up withdrawing and looking for a long time.
She's not a cat, Monica.
Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri!
I'm back. I just had to lick myself for a while. Because apparently I'm a fucking cat.
Oh, really? Well, we'll all start sharing our poems with each other.
Already? I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We'll start what's up plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed.
You were late for poem reading, Yuri.
Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
No!
Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
Well, that's because I have a sound of confidence.
I'm
Doesn't mean that
a
I
fake piece of
am
shit.
Nice.
I have to give off an air of confidence. It's my job.
It's the job
Like,
description.
no. That's what a sociopath would do. But, you know, that's not what you have to do. But, anyway, let's read it then.
Hole in the
yeah.
wall, but he wasn't looking at me.
This is another one of those.
Confused.
Remember that? Hey, remember that last poem? That weird, eerie poem she made. Save me, load me.
Yeah.
This one's even more on the nose about, you know, her being alive.
Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I practically glanced at my surroundings, but my burning eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simple poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrolling playing tricks on my ear. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air breeze spikes before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. That's right. He's right there.
There was more.
So,
Oh shit! I didn't even go down. Fuck.
It's fine.
That was my fault. I didn't scroll.
so what do you think?
It's very gay.
It's
It's-
very
it's-
suicidal.
And it's very freeform.
You
If,
commit suicide.
if that's what you want to call it.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm not. That's my line, woman. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, it's kind of style that has gotten pretty popular nowadays.
Style.
There's a lot of poems been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I have some kind of epiphany recently.
An epiphany. Recently.
It's been influencing my poems, but
A bit. An epiphany.
yeah, something like that.
That a name for a black girl?
I've been here.
I'm kind of nervous to talk about it. Deep stuff like that. Because it's coming on so strongly. Maybe everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you're gonna to write a poem or a story. You bring goods to fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just focus yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up.
Just force yourself to get something down. You know, I don't think this is advice you want to give to certain people. Because they might write down something fucking insane
Exactly.
that gets them sent to a psych ward. You know, just write down whatever comes to mind. Don't worry about the consequences. Yeah, don't worry about it later. I don't know.
Anyway, another way to think about it is if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark big puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow.
Just scribble. Waste the paper.
That's my advice for today.
Who needs trees?
Exactly.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Yeah.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Huh? What was that? What was that? Sorry.
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's gonna hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written lots of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh? You lie!
Yuri stares at me blankly. Like, I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Yeah.
Like her brain's about to explode, like...
Yeah.
Well, I know that. I just meant...
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. I could tell you were a noob.
Yeah.
I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, it's kinda gay. They tend to pick a writing style that's separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Uh-huh.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily. as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickens. I flicken back. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Wasn't too short.
She's the polar opposite of Natsuki. Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about ghosts, you fucking idiot.
Really? Do explain. What is your poem about, Yuri?
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. You do only have an 80 IQ. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a little more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. Then again, I only have 60 to 80 IQ. Seriously. I'm not that smart. I only play video games and watch anime. Give me a break.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. Also your size.
If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Plums.
Me too. I'm gonna keep doing the best for me too. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. They're about to get into the fight again.
Yeah.
As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles steadily.
What? His language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
She said it in her head. I don't know how you heard her.
Yeah. Probably the expression.
Yeah, she's looking at it like, what the fuck is this shit? Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling like of giving up. How can that be you?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say?
Natsuki, she's not good at socializing. Give her a break.
didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of nice suggestions.
Ugh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Plums did too. So, based on that, I'd give you a suggestion of my own. First of all,
Excuse me, I'm a fucking expert, and I don't expect to change my writing style anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet, and you don't inspire me at all. And Plums liked my poem too. He even told me I had big breasts.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress the new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Plums appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
And do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? How do you know? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Plum started showing up.
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve
This
you!
doesn't involve you.
Taking your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look, who's talking? You wanna be edgy, bitch?
You hear how the music's like kind of going higher pitched too. Yeah.
Edgy?
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can kinda balance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try.
Whoa! Be careful, you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Plums hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there.
Plums? She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it.
Boo.
How did I get dragged into blah, 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 blah? Oh my goodness, oh boy. Now who do we choose?
Well,
Who-
Natsuki is...
What are we even choosing?
Natsuki is young, and Yuri's old enough to know better.
I know, but what are we choosing? The game didn't even tell us.
Just do it.
We're,
I don't
we're going
care.
with Natsuki?
Yeah.
Natsuki? Alright. Uh-oh. Are we going with Natsuki again?
I don't care, you choose.
Or do you just want to keep going with Natsuki?
Whatever.
Natsuki. 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 Oh my goodness, how much, how many, I don't know how I can make it any clearer. I choose Natsuki. I choose Natsuki! Oh! Okay then.
just step outside for a bit. Okay?
They're gonna kill each other.
Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's really better for us to stay out this. Well, go back inside once they're done yelling.
Which could be never, so let's just hang out here.
Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly.
Yeah, you're fucking incompetent.
Because Sorori killed herself, and now
Yeah.
you're losing everything.
That's what you get.
Maybe you shouldn't have talked her into it.
Shouldn't have
Because
killed.
you were the one talking to her other than me, and I wasn't telling her that.
Shouldn't have killed off your secretary.
Yeah.
But maybe but I never have an enemy to put my foot against others. You understand that, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
And it comes full circle. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done.
Poor Natsuki.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth at her desk with the palms in her forehead.
Yuri?
Yuri,
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Plums, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri.
Hint. There's something wrong with her today. It's unusual. Somebody's been fucking with her code or personality.
We knew you didn't mean it. Besides, Natsuki will forgive all about it tomorrow.
Tee-hee-hee.
Completely.
Tee-hee-hee.
Anyway, the meeting is over. You can go home now if you want.
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica.
You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out.
He's mine, bitch.
I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
This kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Plums. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
Oh, I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
No, you don't, bitch. Piss off.
I'm sorry for causing trouble. But
Ooh. All right. I guess it's time to make a poem now. Here
Do
you
you
go.
want to do the poem or do you want to do this tomorrow?
Are you feeling sluggish? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you
I need
doki?
to think about this.
Are you dokied out? It's okay. We can.
I'm gonna finish my poem, but then we're gonna start tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. Because I'm pretty sure this is the final chapter, so to speak. So yeah. Let's get our poem in, and we'll save and be on our way. Ah, son of a bitch. You know what I just realized? I've been streaming in 30 frames. It's not okay! This is a 60 frames game! I had to stream in stream in 30 frames to get Metroid Prime to record properly on the GameCube. I gotta fucking save my stream settings to like different files and shit that way. That way I don't run into this problem.
Alright.
Alright. We're gonna leave it off there. I might get back on. And it just cut out. I might get back on in a little bit. So, stay sexy until then, ladies and germs.